and its Megatron. And now its residents shall witness its dismemberment. Rise, my podcast. Serve your new master well. All hail Unicron.
Hey everybody, welcome to All Hail Unicron. This is your host, Oscar Alonso. I'm fucking a crocodile right now. Just kidding, it's an alligator, isn't it? Just kidding, this is Robert D. Welcome, dear listener. And it's really embarrassing, but our only listener is actually a guest host. But before we name him, he knows who he is. And we're basically talking to him. But this is episode 42, entitled I'm Out. Because I'm out. Someone's out, maybe, or not. We'll know. We'll see. Maybe after he reads these titles, he might be out. Yep, I'm your host, Robert D., and we're here on All Hail Unicron, and episode 42. And join with me, we have the mad scientist who, if he could walk around with a pin punch with this new Fans Toys blaster coming out with the gold chrome add-on piece for the chest, he can make a pretty penny walking around any convention with a pin punch. For $5, he'll swap out your chest plate because everyone's going to want it. It's T2RX6 Justin.
Can I tell you something? When you did the intro, I kind of was expecting you to say your name was Roberto Alonso, but
this is Roberto Alonso. I actually
missed opportunity.
I started drooling while I was speaking, so I had to quit. And coming up behind Justin for the second time, so he's gotten used to it a bit, a little sore still, is our one listener who will be, I guess, going back and listening to the show. It's Rich H.
Yeah, I think I'm out, though. I don't know.
Oh, wait,
I'm not out. I'm in.
No, you're out.
Just one episode.
Hello.
Justin.
Rich, did you invoice him?
Yeah, not yet. It's coming. He knows.
Rich, how long have you been listening?
It's in the mail. Wow, I've been listening since the old
The
SCU
days.
The dark days. Like back when Oscar was a host way back and then left, and Antoine was on, and exactly, and DZEF.
Do you know, I never knew that Antoine was speaking in the intro saying SCU. I didn't know what the hell he was saying. He's just like, I was like, the fuck is this guy saying? And I was just listening. So were you listening when I first came on?
I was.
So
yeah.
do you understand that you're getting invoiced $250? These fucking scumbags. They invoiced me $250. Actually, I won a lottery, and then the next year, Tyler L got on for the same price, and look where that got him. He's out of collecting.
Hey, you can blame Bobby for that. That was his tier list, right? So,
actually, that was the there was a point in time. I think it was when Six Shot came out. Fans Toys Six Shot. A lot of people were collecting Fans Toys. It was really the peak of third party. There's so much stuff coming out from so many competitors. And I think many people were so hyped up on Fans Toys they were buying doubles. And I feel no, I didn't buy doubles. I didn't buy doubles to display doubles. I just bought doubles for a while by accident. But people burnt out and they got bored with it. And I feel like Six Shot was the pinnacle of boredom. And I think he's one of the most boring Fans Toys figures ever released. And around then is when a lot of people, not a lot, but some people faded out of it because they're like, why am I spending all this money and making all this effort? And Tyler was one of them. I feel like it was right around that time. Mm-hmm. I feel like the setup was Bad Cube. I never remember his name, Justin. Fucking the tank. What is it? Kaplow. Warpath. Thank you. Yeah. I never remember Warpath's name ever. But
I get it confused a lot of times too. For whatever reason, my head defaults to the GoBot tank, which is Guardian, I believe, is his name, and that's the one that pops in my head. Like, that's not right. But
I always want to call him Braun. I don't know why. And I know it's not Braun. But I feel like that frustrated a ton of people. And then, like, soon thereafter, Fanstoys Hydra came out. I was like, and nobody will say it's a bad figure. I think I'm the only one who would ever say it's a bad fucking figure with his loose ass pin joints. 11-inch tall figure, and he's got like pin jointed knees or whatever. I really don't like that figure. But anyway, speaking of toys, did anybody get anything? Justin?
I did. I got 2 things. The first thing I got is the Trojan Horse Hurricane, I think is the name of the company and the toy. Basically, it's that helicopter Waspinator. He's fine.
Ooh, you got that.
Yeah, he's fine. He is one of the most frustrating things to transform. It's absolutely maddening. If you look forward to transforming a figure, do not get this toy because it's borderline impossible.
Why?
Because he's got a lot of little little ball joints that like pop off. He's actually got in a couple areas some tiny screws that are just like barely gripping any material. So it's like you turn one thing the wrong way and the screw pops out. Very similar to the X-Transbots, the wind charger and tailgate that they had, where the screws just were like super tiny and not actually grabbing anything.
Right.
Yeah, so like super frustrating. And he's also got that problem where it's like absolutely every piece of him is fighting with some other piece of him for its position on the toy, and that just never makes for a good transformer, frankly. Looks beautiful in both modes, like great like paintwork, stunning blue and yellow, like great head sculpt, but just a totally shit transformation that probably didn't need to be as bad as it is. I will never be transforming it back to helicopter again. I don't even know if he's back in robot mode completely correct, because like it feels like his leg should tab in a certain way, but it's not tabbing there. And I'm like, well, I don't want to break it. I think it's close enough. It looks like all the pictures online. It just doesn't like, and I pick it up, I'm like, it doesn't feel like something should be a little more secure here, and it just doesn't seem like it is. So if you're going to get it, take it out of the box and leave it that way. Don't try to transform it because it's just not worth it.
Man. The reason I got mine, or it's shipping now from Show Z, because I dig this, this take.
It's a super cool take. Super cool.
I feel like it's up there with, it's in the same line as the Generation Toy Red Bull.
Yeah.
And the Generation Toy, I don't know what it is, the Gorilla. I have that one right now in my hand.
I agree.
Isn't it the same artist? Didn't he do all of these?
Yeah, that I'm not sure of. But I feel like, it's one of those toys that if they had upscaled him just even a little bit more, so like the ball joints were a little more substantial and stuff, like I think it would have worked better. When I went to helicopter mode, it was like, you would, how you get those figures that it's so panelly and you like peg one section together and the other section pops apart and all that stuff. Right. Like that's 100% what happens with him. It's like unavoidable. Which is a shame because like he really is a gorgeous looking toy. I almost wonder if someone would knock him off and like add like pins and stuff where things are just ball jointed and don't need to be and stuff like that. Because it'd be like it's so close to being like a good toy, but it's just so frustrating.
Oh man!
I think when you get him though, if like you don't want to transform him, I think you'll be happy taking him out of the box and looking at him. Like he looks just fine. Yeah, so I got him.
I can't find my Red Bull. I don't know where the fuck he went. What else did you get?
And the other thing I got, I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess. I got the Transform and Roll Out Commander of the Stars. I don't know. The Cybertron Optimus Prime. And he's actually pretty good overall. The only problems he has is that out of the box, when you try to manipulate his fingers, they will basically just explode in your hands.
Oh, doesn't he come with an extra set of hands because of that?
He does, yes. So that was one of the first things I did was spend my time popping every one of his little tiny fingers off and replacing them with new fingers, and now that's fine. Other than that, like he's solid. He's MP10 sized, uncombined with his armor. When he's with his armor, he's pretty imposing and big. Like, I can't fault him. Like, I'm sure a company could do it better than Transform and Roll Out, but like I don't think Cybertron Optimus Prime can get too terribly better. I think I talked to Rich about this privately. I was like, like if you have like the hybrid style version of the Cybertron Prime is fucking amazing. Like it's the best version of Cybertron Optimus Prime to exist.
Yeah, but the backs of his boots fall off too easily.
Yes, that's true. And you're not going to have that problem with this one. I don't feel like, but like I don't feel like it iterates over Cybertron Optimus itself that much better. But like at the same time, I'm like, well, what could they do that would be better? Like I almost look at the Fans Hobby Energon Prime, which I would love to get a copy, but he's just like $240 for a toy that I'm just like, oh, that looks cool. Oh, no, thanks. But like I feel like he's almost the same way. Is that like there's not much you can make the core Optimus better, but that combined robot is just kind of you're still just attaching limbs, just like the Energon. Like not too much goes on. And that's I just think the Cybertron Prime itself doesn't lend itself to having some super intricate, interesting design when you consider where those pieces go and stuff.
But you're right, the hybrid style one.
He's amazing. He's the best version of Cybertron Prime. If you love that Prime, you need to own that Cybertron
that thing
hybrid
is,
style.
How old is that now? Jesus.
It's like 15.
Yeah, and it's extremely intricate, beautifully painted. Yeah. It's very nicely sculpted.
Yeah.
You don't get that nowadays because everyone wants this pure, simple toon aesthetic.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get that. You get blocks and smoothness and no detail.
Yeah. Oh, it's that hybrid style is super good. I mean, 2023, I think it still holds up as an amazing toy. If you don't own it, and you have any interest in just like collecting primes, then like get it. Like the hybrid style I would bet more people experience the hybrid style G1 Prime versus the Cybertron Prime, and the G1 Prime is just shit compared to the Cybertron one, honestly, from hybrid style. So I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't say the Transform and Rollout is bad. It's just it's Cybertron Prime. I would be interested to see if anyone does something that I'm like, oh, okay, that's better than what TNR made. Because outside cracked fingers, I don't see any specific flaws with it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't hate the purchase. There's certainly toys that I own, like the MMC Star Convoy, that I feel are like even lesser. So, yeah, I don't hate it. It's just. It's not blowing me away either, right? So, I don't know. That's where I stand, and that's all I got this week.
Now, this is your second Transform and Rollout.
Yes, the first one was Jazz, which I 100% will say that is the best-looking car mode Jazz that any company has made. So, if you value what the actual race car looks like, if you want it to look like the cartoon, then Fans Toys.
So on that Prime, what's the quality of the plastic and how do the joints feel?
Oh,
it's
a
garbage.
Big boy.
It's garbage. The joints and everything feel fine. He doesn't feel floppy when he has all his stuff on. I mean, granted, it doesn't weigh a whole bunch, and it's not like the Fans Hobby Power Master Prime, which like it gets so fucking heavy that like those hips don't hold it. He doesn't have that problem at all. The joints ratchet just fine, hopefully they're made of different stuff than the fingers that were stock on him, because I mean, like I said, you would move them even slightly and they just break to pieces. So I assume the rest of the parts are made of a different type of plastic. He's been manipulated and moved around, and you gotta do his elbows forward and backwards for the transformation and stuff like that, and they're holding up, they're fine, nothing feels loose. So yeah, he seems okay.
Is that everything that you got?
I think so.
Very good. Rich, what did you get this week?
Well, thanks for asking.
And then, what did you pre-order this week?
Everything.
Oh, okay.
As Oscar would attest to. I picked up a couple of vintage GoBots.
You did.
A toy store. I actually picked up 3. One of them's headed your way, Justin.
Thank you, sir.
But I picked up Scooter and the red Rolls Royce, which is good. Good night, maybe.
Good night. That's a
good night.
Mm-hmm. I love Good Night.
I think one of my favorite names is still, and this is in the mail on its way to you as well, Justin, is Hans Cuff.
Mm-hmm. I like Hans Cuff.
Oh God.
He's a police car.
And Rescue. I like that. They're very on the nose with their naming.
Yeah, there's no guessing. And the tank I'm sending you is Treads.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Hans Cuff.
Yeah, I love Hans Cuff. He's one of my favorite. So.
It is a nice figure.
Mm-hmm.
So I got those, and then I got that the TFC. Not sure what they called him. Tyrant, maybe the Destro's Dominator.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's right. Tyrant sounds right.
I think that's what they called him. Yeah, man, that thing is massive. I had no idea. I have the Prime, and it's bigger than the Prime.
Mm-hmm. Which is good. I like that. I feel like I like Megatron being all big and bulky like that.
Yeah, I do too. Actually, I like it.
Last time Rich was on, did we discuss what Rich likes to collect?
No, I don't think so.
Wow, you guys suck.
I know we suck.
Suck.
You're not on here half the time anymore to lead the show.
I'm dying. So, Rich, that's really quick before we go on to the rest of the stuff you got. I'm assuming you collect Ghostbusters. Something tells me you do. We want to talk about what you collect. What are your interests?
I mean, I like Ghostbusters a lot. I've started the big build of the Ecto 1 that Justin,
the one that he quit on.
I didn't quit. They quit on me, man.
Yeah, the company quit.
Why are you building it if you know it never finished coming out?
Because another company bought it, and we're just waiting at this point. So
basically, another company that does the same style of subscription service builds bought the rights to it, and they're gonna fire it back up.
Okay, so you like Ghostbusters. What else?
I do. I don't collect a lot of Ghostbuster stuff.
It's okay. Don't be defensive. Don't be defensive. It's okay.
My main love is Transformers. I collect mostly G1, Masterpiece, Beast Wars Masterpiece. I keep dabbling a little in the Legends, mostly New Age. I've gotten into collecting some of the rare G1 stuff. I know I've told Justin about this. Like I look for some of the old scripts, and animation cells are out of my price range mostly for the good ones.
That's interesting.
Like I recently bought a literally a giant box, like a 30-something pound box of paperwork from Wally Burr's estate. And Wally Burr was the G1 Transformers and the original G.I. Joe voice director.
Oh, wow.
And this box had a bunch of crap that I don't really care about, but it's interesting. It's from other shows, but it had a bunch of mostly Five Faces of Darkness scripts.
Huh.
Where he actually marked them up during the recording sessions.
Wow.
Marked them up, and yeah, there's some real interesting stuff in there. Like there's a call sheet that shows all the characters and then shows the voice actors, right? And one little interesting thing is who voiced G1 Trypticon. For those who know, it was Brad Garrett, like from Everybody Loves Raymond, the big tall guy, Brad Garrett.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's well known throughout Transformer fandom. Brad Garrett, that's the only thing he did for Transformers. He did Trypticon in the handful of episodes he was in. However, through this box of paperwork I bought, I found out, and this is going to be shared on the Sunbow Marvel Archive with all those people. Great site if you guys haven't been to it, but we found out that in the early episode, the first appearance of Trypticon, the call sheet shows Peter Cullen as the name. And then by day 5, it says Brad Garrett.
Huh.
So there's some interesting behind the scenes stuff there. And so that's kind of where I've gotten with the G1 collecting is I like some of that old interesting stuff, that behind the scenes kind of stuff.
Now am I wrong? Was Trypticon's first debut actually never really released? What was that? Wasn't it some type of short?
Oh, Scramble City.
Right.
In Japan, they aired one episode animated with Scramble City. It was the first appearance of Ultra Magnus.
Right.
and some of his tapes. I think Ramhorn and Steeljaw at least. I think Ratbat's in it, and Metroplex and Trypticon.
Is now the call sheet you're referring to, is it Scramble City or is it?
It's Five Faces of Darkness.
So I wonder who did the voice for Trypticon for Scramble City.
That never actually got a U.S. release. That was a weird thing.
Oh, so it was Yoshido Hakanui. Okay.
Yeah. That guy.
That's interesting. You're really deep into this. Jeez.
I am. So Scramble City is real interesting because it came out well before the movie, like several months before the movie, but only in Japan. And Toei, I think is how you say it, the animation studio, there was like all this, they didn't want to share outside of Japan, and they didn't want to share outside of their sphere of influence. So Scramble City, even years later, didn't get much of a release.
That's
with original audio.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're the ones that do Dragon Ball, aren't they?
That I don't know.
Isn't that Dragon Ball?
Who?
Justin.
Which voice?
Toei.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Justin loves Dragon Ball.
To the point that Scramble City was included on some, I'd have to go back and look, but one of the DVD releases of the series, but they couldn't secure the audio rights. So the audio isn't there, but there's like a not director, but it's like a commentary audio track over it with like Chris McFeely. He's the one who does all those, the basics on, Rodimus Prime, the basics on. He's a good guy. He knows a lot of stuff. But yeah, the audio is not there at all, even the Japanese audio. It's real weird how they hold on to that for some reason, and some of their other stuff.
Everybody suffered for it. They suffered for it as well. Why would we limit the market? That's so stupid.
I don't get it. Yeah.
So
yeah,
stupid.
Trypticon shows up at the very end of that episode.
Yeah, I recall seeing it once years ago.
But that's also the episode where it's all G1 animation, and you actually see the combiners swap limbs.
Yeah.
Which you never see in the G1 US cartoon at all.
Yeah, like it was very successful, obviously, it's selling toys, and we all love the franchise and the seasons and everything, but they had the potential to delve deeper into just not even the writing of the stories, but just what the Transformers could do, and like how they each had unique powers, or most of them had unique powers, which was really cool, and Scramble City, like being able to swap limbs, and
I mean, someone could totally take that type of thing even now, like not power core combiners, whatever the Titans, I don't know, whatever the fuck the last set of combiners that Hasbro did, where like there totally could be animation for that, like the Earthrise and all that stuff, where it's like they do swap the limbs and there's some like difference in the something of the combined form or whatever, totally could be there.
But that's stuff like that's like fiction that just pulls people in more and makes them more interested. That's just delving deeper into the fiction of it, and I feel like they've missed the boat, but they still could go into it. But I will discuss it when we talk about the movie preview. So, anything else, Rich? What else do you collect?
He collects the faces of dead hookers, but I don't know if I'm supposed to tell that.
We've got vintage GoBots. You don't really need to use the word vintage in front of GoBots unless you're saying Ace Toys. So it's just GoBots. They're all vintage, right? Transformers, and like deep dive into Transformers. You collect Ghostbusters, where you're willing to support a failing product and you're going to half build a car. And what else do you collect?
I mean, if I only half build it, I'll just I'll 3D print some little cinder blocks to put it up on.
Oh, that's amazing. I should do that.
You should. You're pretty far along, right?
Like a bad neighborhood Dio.
Yeah. It's like Ghostbusters 3 that never actually happened back in the day.
Are you into Turtles?
I like turtles a lot. I have a few turtle things. I'm not like a huge collector.
See, when Rich says he likes something a lot, but he doesn't collect it much. It sounds like when Rich says that, it's like he's like peeping into the widow's bedroom at night across the country, and like seeing what color underwear she's wearing.
Mhm.
Maybe I like those. No, not enough to go sneak in and steal.
Okay, so you like turtles, but you don't avidly collect everything turtles.
Right. There's a lot of franchises I like, but I just can't deep dive. Like I can't collect. It's just too much stuff. So I pick and choose. I buy a couple turtle things here and there.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say the other big thing I've kind of gotten into is getting autograph stuff, and that's primarily Transformers and GI Joe. So I love GI Joe, and so what I will do is get signed Joes.
How do you sign a GI Joe?
Well,
On
you
card?
get the voice actor.
No, but I mean,
Yeah. Oh, I have them sign on the card. Yeah.
okay, yeah. That would look terrible.
I have some amazing Arthur Burkhart, the voice of Destro, and also Devastator.
Huh.
I've met him twice. He's kind of nuts, like he's kind of losing it. And if you guys ever have a chance to see him at a show and even just go get a signature and talk to him, it's amazing. He does not disappoint. I have an amazing Arthur Burkhart stories that are just hilarious.
Huh.
I have a lot of voice actor stories from that. Again, that goes with the whole, you get some behind the scenes stuff. You get to talk to some of these voice actors. Some of them are just like, yeah, it was a job. I got a paycheck. Would I do it again? Is there a paycheck? Sure. Great. Thanks.
So if you create a fiction that Rich really likes, you better watch it because he's going to wait till you die. And he's going to get that chest out of your basement. And he's thinking he's getting your creative materials, but he's really getting all of your high school porn. But he doesn't care because he's got like a sample of your dried up jizz. And he's going to clone you.
I'm going to clone
and
you.
then
That's right.
keep you in his basement. Nobody will know you're alive again. He'll make you reenact the scenes. And if you are a Joe and a Transformers voice actor, you're fucked. You're working double duty. So we've got Joe. We know you love Joe. And I assume you do toy hunts for the G.I. Joes?
See, I don't do the classified. Destro's my favorite, so I'll pick up Destro stuff. I did back the big hiss that's coming, but I don't actively collect like classified or even a 3 3/4 unless it's to get autographed.
Okay, cool. That's very reserved of you. Very good self-control. You've got this addiction under control, which is good. What about Thundercats?
I do like Thundercats. I know you mentioned, I think you bought the sword.
Yeah, I got the sword.
And it was your only line of defense in your office, I think you said.
Yeah, in my house. I'm going to bring that to my house.
Oh, it's in your house?
It's going to be. And when
I
it is,
thought
that's
about
what
that.
I'll use.
I thought about that sword because it
It's
looks
gorgeous.
nice.
It's
Is it?
heavy. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's fucking big. It is metal. It is heavy. And you could chop someone's head off with that thing. It doesn't have to be sharp. Like that thing has got heft. It's a real sword.
Nice.
It's beautiful. And it comes with its own wall mount, which is awesome.
Nice.
And it's the Thundercat symbol, which is really cool. That's a great. I have no regrets with that. So we got Thundercats, but you don't really collect the Thundercat stuff.
No, not really.
What about Marvel? Do you have a dirty mattress somewhere covered in figures? Marvel.
No, I don't.
You're
I mean, I
DC.
like a bunch of Marvel stuff and DC stuff, but I don't delve that into the collecting or anything of it.
What about Star Wars?
Not really. I like it, but
You're a Star Trek guy.
I like Star Trek, but
I
don't
knew
have
it.
any Star Trek stuff either, really.
You don't have any Star Trek stuff? You're building your own freaking Ecto-1 and you don't have a phaser? You don't have Geordi's visor?
Nope.
Jesus.
I do not.
So what haven't I... Oh, what about... oh my God, help me out here, Justin.
Motu, Masters
No.
of the Universe.
Oh, yeah, He-Man. Do you collect He-Man?
I like He-Man. I have a few things. I have been getting the Mega Constructs, the building sets. So I have like Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain and the figures. I haven't built them yet, but
Okay, so you're a handy guy. You like to build things. You like to get in there. So I guess you also collect Gundam.
I don't actually.
Have you ever?
No.
Man, I got a garbage bag with your name on it. You would love Gundam. They suck. but you'd love them because it's fun building them. The big ones are really fun.
Yes.
The smaller ones fucking fall apart on the shelf. It's really just you try to put it back together and then they fall apart again. If you put more than one on a shelf, the pieces fall apart and mingle. It's not worth it. But the larger ones really are worth it, even if you don't have a connection to Gundam, because they still, they're reminiscent of like your childhood when you would see these Japanese super robots and not know what the fuck you're looking at, but they were still cool. It has like those vibes.
And I mean, I grew up on that, right? I grew up with Transformers, but I also grew up with Voltron and Robotech and, so.
See, he's killing me. Do you collect Robotech stuff?
Not really. I have a couple Veritechs. I have an Alpha. I have a couple things, but
you're building your own Robotech plane.
He is.
Now I will say this: when I get a larger format 3D printer, I might try and 3D print a giant SDF-1.
Jesus,
the big
that'd be
ship from
cool.
the original.
I have Mastermaid's first ever release is a super deformed SDF-1.
I have seen that.
I have
it. Looks
it.
cool. Is it good? Is it a good release or?
It's the least solid because it was their first release, but it's really cool. I mean, it comes with two little Robotech, whatever you call them, Valkyries, and and they have little stands, and he has a little city behind him. It's a great set, And for their first release, it's good. It's not some piece of shit you wish they improve on, and then they later did. It's a good, solid first release. That's like some of my only Robotech stuff. I've got that, and I have the the guys with the motorcycles that turn into armor.
Yeah, I can't think what they're called. They're from the second series, I think.
Yeah, I got those guys. They're just in the box. I can't believe how much money they're worth now. So I would have given them away before looking at the value. I looked it up.
I didn't realize they were super expensive now.
Yeah, they're like really expensive now. So they're just gonna collect dust. What about Voltron? You got any Voltron stuff?
I have the Blitzwave Voltron.
Oh, nice.
Oh, look at you, money bags.
I haven't I pulled it out and looked at it. I haven't found the proper place or where I want to display it or how, so I put it back. But it is a thing of beauty.
Look at that.
It's a thing.
Have I missed anything? What else do you collect that we haven't addressed?
Gosh, I can't. Think.
Oh, you don't collect pops, do you?
I do not. I have a couple.
No, boy.
That's it. I have just. I think I have 3. One of them is a Man-at-Arms that's signed that somebody gave me as a gift. Because Man-at-Arms from Masters of the Universe, my favorite character, signed by Alan Oppenheimer, which, by the way, he did the voice of Warpath, going back to him.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Kablow.
Yeah. And I think I have 2 from Evil Dead. That's, I think, all the pops I have.
Are they in the boxes still? The one that's signed is, obviously.
The one that's signed is. The Ash is not. No.
Oh, good. Fuck those boxes.
I don't get pops. I do and I don't. Like, I get it. It's like the new Beanie Babies, but what I don't get is how big they've got.
Now, because this isn't a Transformers podcast, what type of... you mentioned you collect MP, you collect third-party MP, you have dabbled in Legends. Do you collect mainline Hasbro?
No. I used to be in the Chug bandwagon, and now I pick up... I cherry pick here and there what I like.
Which is nothing.
Yeah, there's not much. I did get one more thing. I just picked up yesterday, actually, that Origins Jazz, the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Cybertron Jazz.
Oh,
I forgot.
That's cool. That's something I was interested in getting as well. I like that figure.
Yeah.
It's just cool to see it go from that alt mode to, which is so true to the cartoon. Because in the cartoon, there's Cybertronian modes. They're like different, the alt modes. But then all of a sudden, the robots are what you see when they're on Earth. You're like, why the fuck do you look like that? You shouldn't look like that. You're on Cybertron.
It's almost like they just said, we need some alt mode. Just make something up. It doesn't have to even remotely work. Just do it. And then they said, okay, we're going to make a toy of that. All right, well done.
That's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool figure. Justin, do you have that figure?
Not yet. I think Oscar picked it up for me. So.
Oh, you're screwed. He sold that on eBay,
Yeah,
like
probably.
$500.
Yeah, it's fine. If he
Did you
did,
get any-
that's fine.
Did you get anything else, Rich?
Nope, that's it.
That's it. That's it. Mostly New Age, huh? No Iron Factory, no Magic Square.
I have some. I do have some Magic Square, and I have some a few Iron Factory. Yeah.
So you've been listening to this show since really early on, since we were SCU, and you've been on the ride, the Legends ride, listening, and you only recently decided, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot, right?
I mean, I had dabbled here and there, picking up certain things that I just like. For a while, I was going with, I'm going to get a movie cast, a Legends movie cast, and I'm going to put it with Unicron. And it'll just be like its own little display. And then I started like kind of getting a couple other little things. Like, well, these guys are cool. I still do have the world's smallest Transformers. And I'm like, these are like newer, cartoonier versions of that. So like the newer Legends, you know.
Right.
And so, I don't know. I keep getting a little more and a little more, but I haven't like dove in and gone, okay, well, I need an Optimus Prime, and now I need a Jazz, and I need a this and a that. You know, I haven't gone down the checklist and said, what characters am I missing? I'd still just kind of pick up. Like, I picked up the most recent Legend was the Magic Square Stunnicon set.
Do you have a Legends Galvatron?
I did pick him up, yeah, because, again, that's where I was still going with the movie stuff. I got the New Age.
It's beautiful. And you got the Cyclonus?
I have an older Cyclonus. I think I have the Magic Square Cyclonus that came out.
That figure's trash. The New Age is great. The Magic Square is trash.
Usually Magic Square is always seems to just beat New Age.
No.
Magic Square.
No, a lot. I've got both. I've got both lines. Been collecting it all, and I gotta tell you, like, as it's going on the shelf, because I'm moving a lot of my collection right now. I'm in the process where I'm like, I don't give a shit where things are going right now. Legends are just going on the shelf right now, you know. Mm-hmm. And then as I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, okay, here's Magic Square this one, here's New Age this one. I'm like, huh. It's not like New Age doesn't beat them out every time. It really doesn't, you know, because at that scale, the like flat or the matte coloring and the simplistic tune really does work. It's when you blow it up into MP scale, it doesn't look good, in my opinion. But when they're little, it's fine because they're so small. But I wouldn't give up on that because some of those figures are really good. You know,
I have their Perceptor. Their Perceptor is great.
Excellent figure. Excellent figure. So is their Blaster.
I do have their. Wait, I do have their Blaster, yeah. But I have the New Age Soundwave.
I think Magic Square Soundwave's better, you know,
really?
And I think Magic Square Megatron's better. Justin agrees. Magic Square Megatron's better than New Age, but
what? No, I think
he loves it.
I hate it.
You know why he hates it? Because his ego's bruised. Justin is the only collector to have broken it.
Yep, mine broke,
and it bruised his pride.
Probably, because, you're not wrong. I said, fuck that toy.
He hates it. But anyway.
So, Robert, let me ask you a question. You like Iron Factory, right?
Yeah.
Do you have the Iron Factory Dinobots that they did?
Yeah, looking at them right now.
A long time ago? Asura Knights or whatever?
The Dreamwave, yeah.
Yeah, those things go for an absolute boatload now.
They're not worth it. They're garbage.
I just tracked them down not long ago. And the reason I tracked them down is I bought that, what's their name? They're basically a 5-2 Toys knockoff that make all the cubes. Lucky Cat. I got the Lucky Cat Devastator.
Right.
Which is supposed to be, did you pick him up?
No, I don't get the cubes.
Well, he's, I don't do the 5-2 Toys stuff, but I picked him up. I did pick up the Voltron before. It's okay. It's not fantastic. It's okay. But I picked up the Devastator because it's that Cybertronian mode Devastator. It's fantastic. Right. I love it. Huh. And so I was like, okay, I want the Dinobots to kind of go with it, and then I can be done with Cybertron mode figures. So I did get those Dinobots. And
they're just not well articulated, you know? They're just
Yeah, I think wasn't that pretty early on in the Iron Factory?
They were like when Iron Factory was really starting to launch itself, and
Yeah.
I remember it was like I think it was TF Con. I think it was 2016. I think where they had the prototypes or whatever, and it took a while for them to come out. Yeah, it was. It. What doesn't make sense to me is because figures that came out beforehand were more articulated. But something about these, they just, I don't know what happened with the production, but they just got them out. You know what I mean? It just seems like they just said, you know what, let's just get this out. Let's not go back to the drawing board with some art. It just seems, some of the transformations are just frustrating for no real good reason because they're not complicated.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But they're
it's
cool.
Almost like I feel like some companies look at some releases and go, you know what, this is going to sell. Yeah. Just get it out the door. Dinobots, they're going to sell. Get it out the door.
How much does that set go for now?
Oh, it's easily over $400.
That's crazy. Wow. That's wild. Yeah, I mean, they're cool. I like having tanks, and they hang out with Warpath on my
They look
display.
good aesthetically. I think they look really nice.
Oh, yeah. No,
but you're right. They're not the most articulated. They're not the best by any means Iron Factory release.
No, but they're impressive just standing there.
Yeah, and with that Devastator, they look great together.
Huh. That's interesting.
Huh. So what did you get?
Yeah.
What did I get? Thanks for asking, Rich.
Hey, you guys were going on and on. I wasn't going to interrupt.
Sorry, I rambled.
You're supposed to go. What are you supposed to say? Come on, let's move it on. Move it along. Move it along.
Man, we gotta hurry this up. Me and Brigader gotta get some food.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about all this G.I. Joe stuff. It's Transformers podcast, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out.
Yeah, I hear no Hasbro in that. Come on, man. Let's get going.
Is it a Transformer? What did I get? I don't really remember, and I've been getting stuff steadily. I got in New Age Michael, the Omega Supreme. And I also got in the Pangu Toys Omega Supreme, which is, I didn't know it. I got confused, and I thought Magic Square was releasing an Omega under a pen name, just like Fans Toys does for some reason. And I got the Pangu Toys, and it's really just a downsized knockoff of DX9 Gabriel. It's pretty good, but I got the New Age Omega Supreme, and that thing's crazy. And Justin, obviously talked about it before, and the alt mode's awesome with the motorized tank. Now, I thought Magic Square was coming out with one. I could have sworn I saw images of it with a motorized tank as well.
I don't recall that.
Maybe I'm just fucking getting dementia.
You were sick.
Yes, I was delusional. And, fuck, I got a bunch of stuff in. I don't even know what. So, I got the New Age Backdraft. That's actually his name, so I don't mind.
Isn't that the old saying?
And Grapple, the New Age, Backdraft. And I got the New Age Grapple, and gosh darn it. I finished my Kang Toys Predaking, but I haven't put them together yet. Damn it. I don't even
big
know.
One, right? Not the little one.
Yeah, I'm contemplating just displaying him. Well, I got both. No, but I also got in the Tantrum, and I already had the Dive Bomb. Tantrum's shit. I mean, the alt mode's cool, but the bot mode's stupid, and it really is. Listen, the Predacons, you can't fuck up their heads. It's really important. And Headstrong. Is it? No, it's Tantrum. It's the Bolt that came out. The head does not, like his alt mode head does not sit behind his bot head the way he is, designed, the iconic design of him where it's kind of like slag. It's not like that at all. And because of that, it doesn't look like Tantrum. The alt mode's cool. And the funny thing is, the MP scale Tantrum from Kang Toys is fucking gorgeous and perfect and amazing. Kang Toys is like the only company right now saying, "Oh, you want tune accuracy? Fuck you. You're getting fucking details. All right, you're gonna like the details."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the MP ones, they're built like bricks. They're articulated. They have tempo paint. They fucking paint everywhere. They're gorgeous. And even the combined mode, I haven't done it myself, but it's pretty solid. As in terms of what other people say. But I don't get this. Why they had to do this in terms of downsizing it? Why the head sits so weird? The bull head behind the bot mode, and it just ruins the aesthetic. I mean, it's not going to be in bot mode, I guess. I mean, I was kind of playing with the idea of because I like displaying in my mind the MP quote unquote big bots are actually legend scale, And I feel that they display well with Legends figures because the way I always saw it when I was a kid was, yes, it makes no sense, but hey, there's mass shifting. And if a giant robot can become a tiny tape deck or a little gun, well, these, standard size robots, when they combine, become Godzilla.
Listen, there is nothing wrong about that. If Carnage from C Minor shows me anything, they can be whatever size you want, because those Constructicons most definitely were fitting in Ultra Magnus's hands.
Exactly. Wouldn't that be a cool display piece?
It would be.
If you could 3D print like a bust of a giant Ultra Magnus.
Hell, there's just some little tiny Constructicons to put in his hands.
You're so practical. Look at you. So practical.
Less filament if you just make the Constructicons.
So there's a company who did like a KO company back in the day who did shrunk down G1 combiners that were almost perfectly in World's Smallest Transformer scale.
I feel like I remember those.
Pretty sure they did Constructicons. I think I might even have that set stored away in a tub somewhere. So you could probably get, like the MP Ultra Magnus to hold them.
That's interesting. Yeah, but I was thinking about just having the Legends bot modes in front of the actual combined the big bots, with Superion and Bruticus, all of them, but I don't think so. I don't know. But anyway, that's that. I got a bunch of other shit, and I actually have absolutely no recollection whatsoever of what I got in. So we'll just move it along.
Moving on
to movie and show news. Rise of the Beasts trailer was released.
It's a trailer.
It is a trailer. What do you guys think of it?
Well, I started watching it and I was like, how long is this? 2 minutes and 30 seconds? All right, let's make it 1minute and 15 and put it up to the 2x speed so I could get through it faster. If I have that option when I'm watching the movie, I may do the same thing. Though I will say, I probably spent at least 20 to 30 seconds rewinding the clip where Mraz first talks.
Mraz.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the fuck does he say? Like, I can't understand what the fuck he's saying. Like, come on, Pete Davidson, talk. I can't understand.
He's Pete Davidson?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh God! So RC hooks up with him.
Mm-hmm. We had a discussion of this last week about the Twin Towers appearing in like the movie promos and stuff like that, and how I guess Pete Davidson is his dad was a 9/11 victim, so when shit hits the fan because someone's offended, I'm like, hey, it's not the man,
I thought it was. He was in there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not offended. You should be offended.
I hope, and I'm pretty sure I'm not. My hopes will not be fulfilled. I hope that it's not the situation where you got a few Autobots and then just junk. They're fighting junk the whole time.
Oh, they're fighting junk all the time.
You know what I mean? Like, just to have cool fight scenes that aren't cool, because who the fuck are you fighting? 1,000 Scorpions?
Can I tell you something about Transformers here? Like, when I saw the 2007 movie, and, it's been years since I've seen the 2007 movie at this point, but, like, when I saw it, like, the story sucked and all that stuff, and, like, yes, the Transformers were shapes, and not, like, cohesive G1 things, but, like, there was some level of impressiveness to the animation, like the computer animation for the time. And then I look at this, I'm like, that looks like bad computer animation on a lot of these parts. I'm like
Yeah.
you know, this is 2023. This is, what is it, 15 years since you did the first one. And I don't think the animation looks better at all compared to the first one, honestly.
No, I think they've started. I think movie producers, production companies. I don't even know what they call them. They've scaled back the money they're spending.
Yeah, this is good. Like, this is as much as we're gonna put for the animation budget, and like okay, but
dude, I just saw Quantumania the other day, and I thought I was watching Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Like, that good, huh?
The fucking graphics, the CGI were just on that level, and I was like, "This people love this movie." Like, I hated it.
I haven't watched it yet. Still, we had a discussion about that too already. That it was a disappointing watch.
But
so.
I think the Maximals, if that's what they're called, I'm not even sure. They look really cool. I like the robotic, beast modes. I worry that again they're throwing way too much into one movie, and they've got to have some end of the world scenario that nobody even cares about. I'd rather see the world get destroyed at this point, But I mean, as a fan of G1, why is that Mirage? Why isn't it just Jazz? Or if you're gonna have Mirage, why is he a Porsche? Why? Like, give me a fucking break. It's just like they have no faith in the original material to just, hey, use the original stuff.
Yeah.
You're not improving it. Like, I doubt some hardcore fan is involved in any of this writing.
Well,
so someone who has no interest whatsoever in it is picking and choosing what they think is cool and making everyone else consume it.
It's weird, right? Like, when you look at, like, Hasbro as a company, the one thing they constantly do to come back and make money is revisit G1, right? Like,
right.
We went through all of absolutely every possible thing, RAD and Beast and this, that, and the other thing, and then they're like classics, and everyone's like, yeah, G1, like, basically, right? Like, it's the soul of G1 was in classics, and then like we start getting away from it, we start going to movies, and we do this thing, and then they're like, Titans Return, hey, it's G1, and like Earthrise and all that stuff, like, oh, it's better G1. And then, like, and here's the movie, and you're like, what the fuck is that? Like,
Well, then in the background, they're still like, and here's Studio Series 86. It's G1.
Yeah.
And then they're like, here's the Walmart movie series.
Yeah, exactly.
G1 Hound.
Yeah. There's just so much that they could have, like, if they trusted the original material and modernized it, they never did in the movies. If they just trusted what we fell in love with and put it on the big screen.
Well, it's so weird that you put your you gamble that on your toys, but then you don't, like, really do much for the actual fictional side. Like, I know you had, like, Earthrise and all that shit on Netflix, but, like, how much better could that have been if you actually invested more time and effort into it? Like, half of, like, Earthrise or whatever the fuck it was, like, is like you had the same like 6 models in the background, just they were grayed out, so you couldn't quite tell that was the side swipe that they were using over and over and over. Like,
yeah,
like, come on, like
Bumblebee never transformed.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we don't need to animate that, so we can take that out of here.
I mean, how expensive would it be to film in Carbamia right now? I mean,
exactly,
really?
Carbamia can't be expensive.
Well,
I feel like this movie is. Rise of the Beast is all about the member berries. They're like, remember Mirage? He was a G1 guy, but remember the Porsche? Everybody loves Porsches. We can't have a Formula One driving around, so look, it's a Porsche, but it's Mirage. It's fine. And then it's like,
Mirage.
remember Beast Wars? Beast Wars is cool.
God.
Remember Beast Wars? Well, here's some Beast Wars guys. Remember Unicron? Everybody loves Unicron. All right, here's Unicron. It's like they're just throwing a bunch of member berries together. Like, here you guys go. Everybody get happy.
How much you want to bet that we don't actually see Unicron in the movie in terms of he's attacking the Earth? That the images we saw are a flashback to what happened to the Maximals.
Could be.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, it's like going to be total bullshit, and the whole fight is going to be against Nemesis Prime. Oh my God,
Scourge.
I almost said Shredder, Scourge. Scourge, his Terracons. I mean, I don't even know what the hell they are. But it's just like, come on, trust the source material. You're gonna have heralds. I mean, have Galvatron, have Cyclonus, have Scourge, G1 Scourge. Who cares that you already did a Galvatron? Ignore it. We talked about pre-show. Optimus is in America. He's on Earth since the 80s with Bumblebee, right?
Uh-huh.
Fast forward
we're
to
already
2000s.
neglecting the 2007 movie existed at this point.
Yeah, you're already forgetting the fact that then he was a meatball, on fire, crashing into the Earth. So who cares?
And the whole world's never seen. Only the Sector 7 people have been keeping tabs on MBE1, even though Megatron's been on Earth before directly engaged. I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's fine. It makes sense.
Right.
Ignore it and make it cool. I also have a beef with, again, just the aesthetics. I don't like how Scourge is just washed out. I get it. They're trying to make him look dark and evil, but he just looks washed out. You can't see details, man. Slap some paint on the motherfucker. Come on, get some. You can't fucking see much. It's just, I wish you could see more.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's been a complaint since the original, 2007 movie. But I feel again, it goes back to that was kind of for the time it made the computer animation look a little bit better, right? Because it most certainly is not as good looking as you would hope it would look, but it was that way because it made that old school or older computer animation actually look better. And now it's it's still that way just because.
I mean, they have the Autobots are distinctly colored, but it's just Scourge and his minions are kind of blah. Which really enhances the perception that the Autobots are just on screen fighting stuff. It takes away from any potential personality.
It does, yeah.
From you have to give your enemy some personality. Give the bad guy, make him Thanos, man. Make him an anti-hero. Do something. But anyway, so there's a note we missed that next year apparently they're releasing a new animated movie. You hear about this?
I did hear about this.
Yeah, the prequel.
It's a prequel, and they're focusing on the story where Prime and Megatron were friends.
Aww, that's besties.
I'll tell you the one good thing about this, there'll be no human side to the story, which is fine because it's one less thing they're trying to cram into a movie. Not that I hate the human aspect, but like I said before, they're just trying to throw too much stuff in at once. So that's cool. I mean, who knows? I'm interested.
Yeah, I think the problem with the human aspect is in G1, the human aspect was, hey, there's humans around, and Spike and Sparkplug and Carly are all just kind of there, but they're not solving the problems. And in the live action movies, it's what are we going to do without Shia LaBeouf around to solve our problems? And Mark.
The humans, they'd be just they're like cheerleaders. That's really, the humans are us, jumping into the show, watching these Autobots almost die and going, no, Optimus! But anyway, all right. Moving along to third-party news. Fans Toys announced, and then a few limited, e-tailers are offering a pre-order for a gold chrome chest piece. Fuck Matt. He's a piece of shit. Justin, why'd you add that to the notes? Wow, you're mean.
Oh God, fucking Robert.
So it's my understanding that the stinky fatties complained that they hated the chrome, and for the first time, as I'm aware, Fans Toys caved to commentary on early images and changed the Blaster's chest from gold chrome to matte plastic or whatever kind of yellow it is, just a very cartoon accurate yellow. his shoulder speakers, or whatever they are, no, his hand speakers, right? They're gold chrome still. But people were up in arms about this, and so I'm not sure why, but pretty recently, Fans Toys gave the nod to like Show Z, Nick the Toy Guy. I'm not sure who else, but a select number of retailers have for $10. You can purchase the gold chrome chest piece and swap out if you have a pin punch, or you know somebody who can do it, Justin. But yeah, so that's a thing, and I'm shocked that Fans Toys caved. I know people love tune accuracy, but I'll tell you what, if Fans Toys listened to the masses, you would not have gorgeous MP Dinobots on your shelf with chrome. You would have fucking flat yellow. And these Dinobots are years old at this point, but they're gorgeous. And a big part of that is the coloring and of what Fans Toys chose. Even Soundwave has some chrome on them, but I don't know why they kowtowed. They bowed to the masses, and I don't believe that they're the actual masses. That's why I got multiples, and I can't wait to troll them when they start e-begging for reasonable price gold chest piece once they see how gorgeous it looks on the shelf. But then again, why doesn't Fans Toys just offer both? But at the end of the day, it's there. And
I mean, it's definitely a question that Fans Toys does tend to put all these options in and like little upgrade pieces. Like, why not just throw that in to the box and just give everybody the option? But like at the same time, like, okay, well, I mean, they caved. You got what you wanted. I hope you don't bitch if you don't get it. So
the only rationale I can think of is I think they were convinced that nobody really wanted. There was no market for the gold chrome, and they finished everything and they mapped out the packaging. Everything was done, so there was no space for it. I mean, I don't really get it. You can always put it in a baggie, right? Put it on. But then again, there's no clamshell. It's just styrofoam. There's no space for it with the way they do the styrofoam. Yeah, and with a clamshell, you can with the clamshell you can just throw it behind the clamshell. Kind of like how Flame Toys has their exclusive, and they just throw it in the box because there's room for it. I don't know.
But I could have just shipped it too and said, here's a whole box of these. Just ship one out with every blaster you sell.
That's true.
Just in a baggie on the side.
I just know. I mean, people would... Every Fans Toys release, before the real craze occurred during the pandemic where stuff sold out immediately. Remember that, Justin? Around the time the re-release of Soar came out, it's like you had to fucking be watching 3 websites at once to catch a pre-order.
Yep.
Before that, it was people shit all over every fucking Fans Toys release before it was in hand. And people convinced themselves it was garbage, and they were like commiserating over it. And it was super Schadenfreude. And then the figure was in hand, and you could name any figure, and it was fucking amazing, except Spindrift 1.0. But it was amazing.
Even he was okay. It's just that he could have been better. So
that was in the. I feel like that was in those dregs. That was around the time you had Spindrift.
Yeah,
you had fucking Six Shot came out. Just super boring releases.
Yeah, Six Shot is definitely, in my opinion, one of the most boring Fans Toys releases ever. So.
Yeah, it killed a lot of interest. It really did. Do you have that, Rich?
I do. I actually like him, but I will admit, I did not transform him to all his modes because I was like, this is too much. I don't want to break him. I don't want to.
I think I tried to do it, and I was just like, I am so tired of doing this, and just put him back to robot mode.
Yeah. I think he looks good, though. I do like him. Is it the best Fans Toys? No, but I like him. I like Hydra or whatever his name was.
Hydra. But, so it's just, this has been going on since day one, and I have no idea why they kowtowed, because everyone would have bought it anyway. Without that gold chrome, it's very similar to the Deformation Space Blaster. The Deformation Space Blaster is really beautiful if you like tune accuracy. It's very simple. Not as an insult, it just is. It's just the coloring. you know, and people think that the gold's out of place. I don't see how the gold's out of place. Soundwave's got chrome, you know, and you know what? He has add-on stuff, add-on accessories.
You know, if Soundwave didn't have the gold that he has, then okay, maybe. But he does. And now, like, that makes Blaster completely out of place, in my opinion.
Exactly. And what are they going to do with the tapes?
Yeah.
The tapes are supposed to have fucking chrome. I don't care that they weren't... You couldn't color chrome on a cartoon.
I know, that's the big thing. Like, when people talk about, you know, cartoon accuracy and all that, like, you do realize that the reason certain things... Like if you ever notice, like, a lot of times, especially in, like, anime, a lot of times, like, purple is, like, a hair color. It's because, like, certain colors don't actually translate well to seeing, like, the lines that they put in the hair. So, like, purple was, like, often a substitute for black just because it looked better in general. You know, it's like people don't really stop to think about any of that type of thing. Like, whatever. Okay.
And, okay, the toy was yellow. So what? Yeah. You know, like, it's just... I don't know, man. So I'm glad I'm going to get that gold chest piece on him. He's going to be gorgeous. And I know that if I just have that simple plastic, not plastic, I keep saying plastic, but the simple yellow, it's probably paint. Who knows? It's just not going to have the same presence. It's going to have the same presence as Deformation Space. So I feel like Fans Toys should have said that they should have asked themselves that question. Are we gaining customers by making something that looks very similar to Deformation Space? Like, are we? No. Who's going to pick this up if it looks just like the other thing?
Exactly.
I think that people would pick it up because it's Fans Toys. I think people look at it and go...
There is a group that will do that. 100%, yes. Yeah. They will do that. But there's also a group who's going to just look at it and be like, well, I don't see the difference. You know, like the casual Blaster person who's not the Fans Toys, you know, enthusiast, they're not going to buy it just because it's Fans Toys, right? They're like, I got my Blaster, I'm good.
They're going to buy the person that's going to buy the Fans Toys one with the yellow, they're going to sell their Deformation Space one to that other person. Yeah. At a discount. That's what's going to happen. As opposed to that other person wanting to buy the Fans Toys because it looks so much more amazing. Yeah.
Well, so I'm on the other camp with the chest. I actually think the gold chest looks terrible, honestly, the chrome. I'm getting the chrome chest because I also have done things where I'm like, this looks terrible, I don't want it. And then I get it, and I'm like, maybe that isn't terrible.
Right. You got to have faith in Fans Toys, man.
And for $10, I'm going to get the add-on piece. If nothing else, I'll throw it in the box once he's out, and it'll wait until, you know, maybe I sell it 20 years from now, whatever. But I am a cartoon accuracy person, and I think the yellow looks way better.
Do you have the DS?
I do, actually.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to keep it. So I actually have this like Blaster Soundwave shelf that I put, like, I have the G1, and then I have the world's smallest that Just Die Toys did for Blaster.
Oh, that's got to be fun. Wow, that's probably a really cool little figure.
It is, and it has a teeny tiny little...
Oh, come on. Don't take the set.
Steel jaw in it.
Oh,
yeah,
come on.
It does.
I love that.
It's very in line with if you've ever seen the world's smallest Soundwave, which is one of the most amazing figures.
I just have the slag.
With a teeny tiny Ravage that transforms.
That's amazing.
So I will keep the Deformation Space, and you know, he was like, I think he still is like $80 on one of those.
It's a great figure.
It is. It's a really nice figure.
You know, but that's why it's like, I feel like Fans Toys shouldn't just replicate that. What's the point? Someone did that already. Do something different. If you want tune accuracy, get the DS. Because it looks fucking great. I have it. You know, I have that figure. It looks fucking great. So why would I get two of them?
Wait, let me ask you the question. Are you getting both?
Both what?
This and the Fans Toys, now that you have even with the Deformation Space?
Yeah. Yes, because I got the gold chess piece coming.
Yeah.
I'm going to swap it out with Justin's going to swap it out for me.
Mm-hmm.
Justin's going to be swapping out so many. He's going to upgrade his punch to a gold-plated punch.
It will be.
Oh, you're going to hold it around, you wear it on like a string around your neck like a pimp?
and people will look at it and you'll be like, think down in your heart. You'll know what this is for. And then,
Uh-huh.
oh my God! It's for
You'll
Toys
understand.
Blaster.
This is my 1-inch punch. The only thing, Justin is always willing to like help me like repair a figure, fix something, swap something out, but he makes me kiss him. It's really horrible.
It is pretty horrible.
On the cheeks, not on the lips.
Just know I don't like it either, Robert.
I have to pin him down. All right, that's enough about fans' toys. We're not going to get through the show, are we, Justin?
No, probably not, but that's fine. We're having a good show.
Come on, man. Move it along, man. Magic Square Swindle. Matt shits his pants and sits in it. He's going to quit. Oh, man, fuck you, man. Robert D was on the show for 6 months. You fucking give me a shit for not being on once. I quit.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I'll quit, man. All right. So we got, okay, so this is images of Onslaught and Swindle, the first link. And the second link is more images of...
Well, I didn't realize Onslaught was in the first one.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I remember now.
So that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm probably in on this set. I wasn't going to get it because I'm still holding out hope that New Age makes their combiners, but they're being slow. So I'm probably in. So,
Rich?
It looks good.
See, this is super...
Pre-order.
See, if you are a fan of the tune accuracy, I urge you to try some more Magic Square. Like, I can give you some insight on the good ones. You know, you got Perceptor, you got Blaster. There are good ones. I have
this Hound.
Yeah, Hound is great.
But so Hound's my favorite G1 character. So
Well,
I have
you have like 5 favorites. You realize that, right?
what's that? Oh yeah, well, Hound's my favorite Transformer.
mm-hmm.
Yep. So I have both of the Hounds that Magic Square did.
They didn't do 2.
They did the cartoon colors, and then they did toy colors.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so one mold, yes, but they did do 2 coloring.
This is a great... Their Hound is great.
Man, it's amazing engineering at such a small scale.
You know, what I think is interesting is when I was looking at the Swindle pictures here, like especially of the Jeep mode, I'm like, oh, it's just like a retool of Hound that they got to work, because like the Jeep legit looks just like the Hound Jeep, right? And then I'm like, oh no, he's not. You know, like
it's not right.
Yeah, I'm like, that's cool. And like, you know, obviously he transforms incredibly different. You know, to get that flat front chest. Like, that's cool. I like that. I'm down. So I will probably pick this up just to check them out. And that's not saying I wouldn't get the New Age later on, but yeah, I would definitely
there's
check this out.
one shot too.
I just hope that the combined mode's better than the Devastator, you know? Because the New Age combined mode works better, you know, for Devastator. And I hope they learn from, you know, their mistakes, and this isn't as much of a headache in combined mode. But I feel like Devastator...
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, I have the New Age Devastator. I don't have Magic Square.
I have both sets and never combined them, but I have no time. I have like a pile of shit everywhere, and like, you know, I'm finally putting all my collection into one place, and my wife, every other weekend, she looks at my office and she's like, what the fuck? Like, and all I'm doing is bringing the boxes out and unboxing and throwing boxes out. But yeah, no, the Magic Square Devastator looks more like beefy. It looks more like what you'd picture. The New Age, ironically, the aesthetic is a little more tune accurate, which is an interesting swap. But the Magic Square is apparently somewhat frustrating to get together. But I think Devastator tends to be one of the more difficult combiners, you know, because it's more figures. It's a torso and, you know, an upper body, you know, as opposed to just one bot being both. So hopefully this is, and also, if you ask me, I mean, Bruticus is an easier combiner. You know, Onslaught is an easier core bot, I feel, to engineer, you know, into 3 modes. Because he's just a fucking truck with a flatbed.
So do we know if this is going to have a parts-forming pants or torso?
It probably should. It probably will. I mean, the Devastator does. I believe the Devastator does. Never combined them, but I'm pretty sure it does. New Age does.
New Age definitely does.
This should, you know, I would be surprised if they changed the formula at this point. You know.
Yeah, that Swindle does look good.
It does. It looks really good. These are
So does
super like
Onslaught.
on this scale. I prefer the tune accuracy. You know, like I actually prefer the Magic Square Jetfire over the New Age, and I have both. But I prefer the Fans Toys Jetfire over the Takara. You know, but I just prefer something about it because they're little. It's like, oh, you jumped off my TV, literally, and you're right there on my table. You're Mike TV, Willy Wonka. You know? I don't know. All right. Legend Scale Raiden will be shoved up Matt's ass. Justin.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
This is what I signed up for. I said, fine, you read your headings.
No, Justin typed all these headings and then started deleting them. And I said, dude, I'll read your headings. Okay. Okay, new third-party company, C Young Culture. That's a terrible name. Culture, really? Come on, get a better name. You know what? Just scrap it, start over. C Young Culture, terrible. Have updated their Weeboo accounty with images of the first prototypes of their Legend Scale G1 Train Boit, Jetsui, and Seizon. So this is interesting.
I like their picture 5. First off, first thing I want to say, already looking better than the MPM ones.
Oh my God, yes.
Not that it takes much.
Come on. You have the face. It's got Scooter's face, man.
It does have Scooter's face. That's amazing.
Yeah, the MPG Raiden is trash.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. It's weird to me that they have the Magic Square Cliff Jumper there. That's weird. And that's the Magic Square Beachcomber.
Which prime is that?
And that's the Magic Square Prime. Interesting. I mean, that's weird because if they didn't have an affiliation, you would think they'd mix it up.
Yeah.
Which Bumblebee is that in picture 4? It looks like he's missing rubber on its tires.
I think that's Magic Square. No, it's not.
It's Magic Square. You're right. That's Magic Square because he came with the little rubber bits in a little crack baggie. I remember that. Mm-hmm. He had like tons of extra rubber bits for some reason.
Oh, I think I might have gotten him.
That's
I remember that. A handful of rubber tires.
Yep. I love how that train has no wheels. Why has it no wheels? Trains have.
Maybe?
I assume it'll probably be on there later. It's just, yeah.
Because picture 3 shows the drawing with the end, and there's no wheels.
Trains have wheels, man.
Yeah, there'll be wheels.
I bet they'll put wheels on. Yeah.
You know what else it doesn't have? Waffles.
Unless it comes.
Man, where am I put my syrup at?
Unless it comes with like a strike pad for a tracks, and he has like sulfur wheels that don't spin. Man.
So, you know, the other thing about this, I bet this thing's about the same size as G1. G1 Raiden is very small.
Yeah, he's not that big at all.
Huh.
Oh, and speaking of the MPG train bots, you know something else that's absolutely trash about them?
Everything.
The wheels, well, besides everything, yeah. But each of them comes with a piece of track, right? And you can put all the tracks together.
Sure.
The wheels are different widths apart.
What? Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
Oh, that so bad is good.
That is trash, and the whole purpose of that was to do honor to the alt modes.
Yep. So
wow.
you can find the picture. It's so bad.
Now I'm tempted to get this. See, I have no connection to Raiden, but my dad worked for the New York City Transit Authority for years, my entire life, and he loved trains. You know, he was a dispatcher. He worked himself up in the ranks, you know, and he loved trains. I know he would have loved this. And I got the Raiden, the Zeta one, because of that.
The Zeta one's awesome.
I haven't combined him either. God, I got no time.
I don't like the Zeta one that much. I mean, I've got my own issues with him, but he's fine.
Oh, really?
I had to open my pool. Did you open your pool yet, Justin?
No, ours opens this month. So
I had to open my fucking pool. I'm fishing out pollen and shit, and twigs and worms.
Yep.
Oh God! And then it freaking rain. Like my pool overflowed from the rain. I'm pumping out water from. The water is flying out of the back, and the water's not going down because that's how much it's raining. I just achieved equilibrium.
Yeah.
I did that, and I cleaned my garage. That was my weekend. I have no time. I sit down, I unboxed 2 Transformers, sat them on the shelf. Then I heard, Rob, where are you? And then I got up and did it.
Yep.
What were your issues with Zeta?
My problem was, I believe it was the, and don't get me wrong, I say I have problems with Zeta, but it's really only like 1 or 2 of them. The part that makes the head, that bot fought me so bad that I was like, oh, I hate this thing. Like, so mine currently is sitting there with legs, the bottom torso, the upper torso, and the 2 arms. One arm has been boxed up since the day I got him like 6 months ago, and the other one is actually, it's been longer than that. So I've had them for a while. They were in boxes, and my wife's like, oh, I didn't get you a Christmas gift from SANTA, and the kids are going to ask. And I was like, here, just box this up. Or just wrap this. And like gave myself a the one of the arms that had been sitting in a box in my basement for the last like 8 months now.
But they're like, Daddy, did you open our present? And you're like, fuck, what have I done? Now I have to play with this fucking toy.
Exactly. So, I mean, I did transform him, and I was like, okay. So he himself is not terrible, right? Like he's that the armbot is okay. It's not a complete wreck, but yeah, like that upper torso bot just like messed with me so bad that I was just like, no, I'm done. I don't want to deal with this right now. So I haven't, and someday I will, but currently I have not gone back to put the other one from robot or train mode, whichever one I left him, into arm mode, and I haven't even opened the last one yet. So
did you read the instructions?
Yes, I hate their instructions. Their instructions are garbage.
Did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in again?
That is probably where I went wrong, if I'm honest with you.
I feel like your ego gets in your way.
Oh, my ego definitely gets in my way. My ego is a massive problem around this whole house.
You're a mechanical engineer, and you can't transform this figure. Me, I'm an idiot. So my experience is like that with every Transformer I transform.
Yeah, so my thing is that as an engineer, I'm very much like, I like tolerances and to follow the rules and the book. And so if you give me a shitty set of instructions and I can't make heads or tails of it, I get extremely frustrated with it, You've certainly seen me talk about how, like, I think so many of the companies are just absolute trash when it comes to actually, making their instructions and all that. Like, they make little tiny figures that you can't even see what the hell you're even looking at. I'm like, who the fuck is like, this is a good idea, Like, this is surely going to be what we need to do to keep people interested in our product, is make our stuff completely illegible.
When they zoom into a line work.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck am I looking
Yeah, like when I have to sit there and flip the robot over like 7 times so I can find that one piece that you decided that you needed, like the what is the like zoom in lens, the like macroscopic lens, to take that picture for the thing. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at? Like, where is this? And like that pisses me off. Like I don't have patience for that.
You should watch Matt's reviews.
I know, I should watch Matt's reviews, shouldn't I?
Anyway, all right. Speaking of Matt's reviews, New Age Hound. Did we mention fuck Matt? New Age Hound.
This looks good. I'm excited. I think his arms are a little bit low, but
they're supposed to be.
Yeah, they're supposed to be, but I wish you had the option to raise them. That's all.
Do you think it's his forearms are too wide? Is that the issue?
Maybe, but I do think the shoulders sit a little bit too low for my taste. But I mean,
Rich,
the Jeep looks good. I'm still getting it. So.
What about Rich Captain Hound? What do you think about this?
I'm gonna buy it pre-ordered, man. I'll get it. His shoulders, I get it. He's supposed to look a little bit like that, but they do look a little low. Is it the Fans Toys Hound? You can actually adjust them, or was that the?
No.
I think that was Make
Dog?
Toys,
Make
if I
Toys,
recall correct.
yeah.
Which
Oh, right.
exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Is like I wish you had that little option. Like, if you don't like it, here you can make this little change. But I mean, like, it's legend scale. It's fine. I certainly, it's like the Huffer that Fans Toys did. That was like, I don't love this, but like on the shelf it looks fine, and like you get it in person, like it's better than it looks in the pictures. So maybe that'll be the case, and I'm just like fretting over nothing. But
you know what? That Make Toys Hound was a fork in the road. I feel like many people got it, but as soon as they were able to get the Fans Toys Hound, I feel like that really changed the momentum towards more G1 accuracy. That was really a fork in the road because that was really stylized. What was his name again?
Gundog.
Gundog, yeah. That was really a fork in the road, just historically speaking. And it was a good figure.
It was a good figure. Arguably, it's better than the Fans Toys ones because it had better ankles and stuff.
Yeah, it was more solid, built well. It was a good transformation. Nothing beats TFC's Hound, though. I'm sorry.
I know.
Detective.
That was the best figure in the world. Yeah, I mean, do you think perhaps another issue with this Hound is his headlight nipples are too high? Do you think it's the ratio of the lining up of the shoulders and his headlight nipples?
No, I legit think that it's all in the shoulders personally. So
his high beams, so to speak.
His high beams. It's cold outside. I want to take a look at the G1 Hound. G1 Autobot Hound to see where they should lie in relation to each other. Autobot.
So, if you look at his, let's see what picture shows this. Like picture 9, where he's kind of got the leaning forward, gun up. You can see there's like a panel on the hood where his shoulder is. Do you think maybe that rotates up?
I see that. That's a good question.
Maybe they do rotate up. I don't know.
Okay, so in picture 11, you can actually see that gray piece is rotated up, but I don't know what it does.
Those are still some low arms, man.
Yeah.
Because these colors are more toy color.
Yeah.
Like the army green. So I wonder if they're going for the toy, and then it's New Age. They're going to release a cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, definitely is a possibility, right? So.
Yeah, he's got some low arms and high nipples. I'm looking at images. I don't mind it. See, I kind of dig those quirks, but I can still see like you need to honor if you're gonna go a G1, the real proportions. If you're gonna stay true to it, you got to do it right, and it's tricky because you can't make it look dumpier than it's supposed to. Just like with Huffer, I love Fans Toys Huffer. I love how his arms are. A lot of people hate it. I love that. To me, it looks how he looks like a stupid idiot. That's what he always looked like. He's got fucking candy cane arms, but that's awesome because that's what he is, And I like that Hound's got these fucked up arms, but you got to do it right, and that's tricky.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, in the cartoon, that's how they were too. The toy and the cartoon. His shoulders were below his nips.
He's got a bulldog robot chest. All right, so I think we're all getting this.
Yeah, I'm in.
Are you gonna get the toy, or are you gonna wait for the tune?
I'll probably get the toy. I think Hound looks good in a darker green color. So.
And Rich is getting both.
I'm getting both because I love Hound. I have both the gun dogs too.
Now, what if New Age releases a Battle Damage? You gonna get that too?
I don't know about that.
Nemesis version.
Now, if they
gold?
do the a gold, like the Golden Lagoon one,
Yeah, though Magic Square and New Age are doing gold repaints of all their stuff.
That's true. I don't know if I'll go that far.
What about clear?
Ooh, clear scares me.
Come on, man. Clear's cool.
Pre-ordered, man. Now, if they do the Junkion repaint, the E-Hobby, I think his name was Detritus.
Sounds right.
The one that's like the sand colored, like the khaki colored.
They'll probably do that. They do that stuff.
I will get that if they do it.
All right. Next up, official Commander Class Prime. In case you didn't hear, fuck Matt, he's racist. Justin. Oh God.
Oh, this is in the wrong. So this should be our first piece of official news. So let's move that down. Move that down. That way the people don't complain. That's in the wrong spot. Official. All right, here we go. There we go.
Before you have coffee, that's you on the right.
You are super quiet, Robert.
Before you have coffee,
there you go.
That's you on the right, and after you have coffee, that's you on the left. These are the images here.
This is true. So, if you don't like the third-party fans hobby offering, here you go. I mean, he's fine, I guess, right? But like, this thing's gonna be like what, $65, $70? Yeah, and I don't know if I see that value out of this, honestly.
$65? Mm-hmm.
No, 80. It's a Commander Class.
Yeah, it's Commander Class.
This is a fucking $35 toy.
Let me ruin this for a bunch of people. I don't like, if you look at picture, oh god, I don't know, the let's see. Let's just look at the first picture, the one that has the one you were talking about, where you can see the truck in its truck mode. Look how disjointed the cab of that is. Like, you have the front of the truck, then you've got the glass for the window, and then like where there would be a door, there's just a gray panel there, which attaches to what looks like an overly long like tow hitch area of the truck. Like, it's just a mess. Like, it's a complete mess. At least they pinned the wheels, though. I mean, they could have put those little shitty plastic ones in, I suppose. But I guess that's what $80 gets you, is pins in your wheels instead of the fucking mushrooms. So.
Yeah.
For $75, only one set of wheels would have the clips.
Yes. Yeah, you would have the mushrooms on the front wheels, and the back would be pinned.
So looking at even this first picture, but especially the second picture and the third, why does the little Prime look so sad? Look at his eyes.
He does. Yes, I was about to say that. Like that. Like, let's see, from the first 1, 2, 3, 4, like the one where you see him, the first one before you see the combined mode, like the eyes are so sad looking.
Yeah.
It's because his head is smushed down into his chest where his heart should be.
Uh-huh.
Hey guys,
That's why.
do you like all my waffles? Okay.
No one
You guys
likes my
don't want my
waffles.
waffles? Okay.
They're not waffles, they're ports.
His
Yeah.
chest in that picture, the silver part, almost looks like a movie Ironhead. The face.
Yeah. I can see it.
Yeah.
Now I can't unsee that. So, thank you.
Which photo is this? It's
I don't know. It's like, let's see. Hold on. So if you look in the middle, okay, before Optimus Prime online, there's a number 0003, and they seem to go in order. So we can go by that middle number.
Which
I
one?
see.
Which one?
If you read at the bottom is like Optimus Prime number online. So that number seems to iterate, as it should. So
Right.
Yeah. They should have put that at the front.
yeah.
Number 4 looks like he's that face is very upset that he's stuck on that Prime's body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's just like, what the fuck? This is my hell.
He needs to call the Transformer suicide line.
I woke up this morning and I just didn't feel like having any energon.
Oh god, this is good. I want this. Not for $80. For 25, I'd buy this just to give it to Justin.
And then so then the combined mode, right? Like then that so picture 5, actually better seen in 6, like, and then his gut is huge. Like
Yeah, what?
And then he looks like it looks like the proportions could work if they stretched him up more, but it looks like someone hit him, like Devastator came and hit him so hard that it squished the whole robot mode down, like, because the proportions just feel completely off for some reason.
His whole torso is too wide.
Yeah, it's very strange. This is a very strange decision of a toy.
Man, but look at those articulated hands, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is he doing that with his hand? Like, look at my crotch kind of thing? Got him? That's messed up.
I also like that he's got articulated heads, but he's also got a 5mm hole.
That's what it looks like. He's like, got him.
Yeah.
I like the gold paint. The gold paint looks nice.
It's just amazing.
I love how hollow his ankles are above his feet. I have no idea where his feet go when he transforms.
I don't think he knows either.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
You gotta spend $80 to figure out the mystery.
And I love when they make Waffles look like a weapon, like look behind his head. They're like, yeah, this is a missile pod.
Yep.
Oh God. Oh, I'm this isn't supposed to be the the hybrid style one, right? Not at all.
No, this is Armada, not Cybertron. Did they do Cybertron? I think they did already.
They did.
Cybertron and mode Optimus Prime. Or Cybertron.
I think it was a leader class though, and it's trash.
I mean, if you're gonna mold the port, why don't you just mold a slot? And just have the guns slide into the fucking slot like Make Toys used to do. Like, why? You're molding something.
There it is. Oh, here it is, Robert. Hold on. I just found the picture. Oh, it's on Amazon. Whatever. Fuck it. You get the Amazon link. So you can see that this is an $80 fucking toy, too. What is it? What is he considered? I mean, he might be $80 because he's older now, but, battle damage. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Leader class. Okay. Yeah, he's a leader class. 79.75. So he's discounted from Amazon because they're not going to carry him anymore. Here you go. We'll put him in here, and you can see just how shit of a job they did making a Cybertron Optimus Prime because they care about their IP so much. Like the my favorite part about that Cybertron Optimus Prime is the like fake little wheels that he's got in the wings. That in truck mode are just they're there, but they're not like colored or anything, so they look awful. Like it actually looks like an unfinished piece of plastic was just tacked to this toy. And then like when it's on the other side, they're like, look, we put fake. I think they are the mushroom wheels. I think I'm not positive. Maybe they don't turn. I don't know, but it looks horrendously bad. And then the truck looks awful, and yeah, it's just tons and tons and tons of trash on what's a actually really good toy. So
you should watch your whore mouth. This thing looks good.
Yeah, I know.
But what about the truck mode for this Prime? Oh, does he have like two little Mystery Science Theater 3000 robots in his cab? Do you see that?
In the truck mode. I
What?
think that's where the screws are.
22.
22. Okay, let me see. Yeah, 7 or 9.
Like, what the fuck? Are those screws?
I think maybe.
I must be. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Those are shocks? Are the shocks in the cab?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god. But what about combined truck mode? Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh, that's gorgeous. I love how the missile pod is now pointing directly to the back of the cab with two cannons pointing directly to the back of the cab. That's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has 2 giant, like, horse carriers attached to his trailer so he can drive horses around on any terrain because he has tank treads on the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Watch out, Sarah Jessica Parker's getting out.
And in case the missile pods and the 2 cannons don't do the job and end him, on top of him, on his trailer top cannon, he's got 4 guns, but 2 Gatling type guns pointed down into him, backwards. This is beautiful. This is a suicide machine. This is beautiful. No offense to anybody who's committed suicide. I'm sorry if you've committed suicide before.
All those listeners that have committed suicide.
They stopped listening a while ago.
Official apology.
and see, hey, look, base mode. Those are pointed backwards in alt mode, because in base mode, those Gatling gun cannon things are facing forwards.
Mm-hmm.
With the missile pods, with the cannons.
Mm-hmm.
And upside down tank treads, because in case you need to stay warmed up, jump on a treadmill while you're getting ready to fight.
That's a treadmill for his mini con. Oh, that's right. There's no mini con.
Mm-hmm.
Should there be?
Yep.
Spark
This is the series that sparked miniguns. So
Wow. Literally, the focus of the show was mini cons and the toy line.
well played, Hasbro.
All right, we'll move it along now, as Matthew would say. Cheetor versus Waspinator. Something. What is this?
I have no clue what this is exactly. I couldn't tell if this is a modern Cheetor or if it's old Cheetor, because the picture is really small. But apparently, it's going to be some kind of,
Kingdom Deluxe molds.
Yeah.
Kingdom Deluxe molds in premium paint jobs. That's the point. It's just more paint.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. No thanks. All right, next. Yolo Park Model G1 Megatron.
Mm-hmm. So this thing, outside of his head, that looks like it's not attached to the body. The body looks good. The head could use better placement. I don't know why it's so far back and doesn't look great, but like...
Something up, man. He looks kind of scrunched up.
Mm-hmm.
That first picture, the head looks like they just set it on there and put something under it to angle it down.
Yeah.
He looks like he grew up during the Depression and was malnourished during his formative years. Like, he's got this big head and big hands, but his torso is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very small.
You never filled out properly.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Because this looks good. This looks good and weird simultaneously.
Yep.
Look at picture 7. Why do those look like they're painted?
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Kid.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. I mean, hopefully this is, so this is a model kit, right? So you're putting this shit together yourself, but you should have got someone who's really good at actually putting models together to make your...
The one on the right looks like someone just put their thumb in the paint right
Yeah,
before it
good
dried.
enough. Yeah, that's a poor product image shot. So, and then like you have the image 5, which is the like battle damage chest. Looks like it's been 3D printed. It's got like the lines, the filament lines, and then like you did the bare minimum. Let's just put some gray on here, and we'll call that one good.
And the details not even like defined.
Yeah.
Like, in the vents and such. Wow.
Ooh. What's this cost? What do these things run?
Well, it's Yolo Park, so that's gonna be expensive, probably.
Is this the
Wait, this model will be released via Kickstarter. Yolo Park's so they fucking paid a licensing fee to Hasbro to make a toy, a Megatron, and then put it on Kickstarter. So this is like Kickstarter Inception. Not only is oh, look at this. It's not even on Kickstarter proper. It's on Yolo Park's website, so you're not getting that money back if they don't deliver.
What's a battle maze?
No, okay, it says Kickstarter soon. Interesting.
It comes with battle damage chest piece, 3 interchangeable faces, energy sword, battle maze.
Battle maze.
I believe
Probably
wasn't that in what movie was that? The Labyrinth, I think.
Labyrinth, right? Where's David Bowie? I don't know. Kickstarter? I mean, that's
Yeah, it's going on Kickstarter.
They're saying you get a promo price. You get a deal if you do the Kickstarter.
What the fuck is simulated finger design? Are you looking at their website? Sign up YoloPark.com. Simulated finger design, allowing for free finger movement and the ability to pose in various positions at will. You mean articulated hands? Is that what you mean? Because I don't know what a simulated finger design is. Like,
how do you have die-cast parts of the model kit?
You could definitely make the parts die-cast and put the screws in or whatever. So basically,
do you need like wire clippers to get it off the sprue?
That's a good question.
They're probably just separate. Just the die-cast parts.
How big would this be? Anybody have any idea?
8 inches. That's what it says on the site.
Interesting.
Unleash the power of Megatron 8-inch model kit.
It's a generous 8 inches, Robert. Don't laugh.
That's speaking of things that we're not going to buy. Robosen Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime. Now this is a non-transforming but self-articulating action figure, similar to Robosen's G1 Bumblebee action figure we had seen before. I never did. I clicked that hyperlink and I was shocked because that thing looks like shit. In my opinion. I mean, maybe it's the way it's standing, but I don't like that at all. The Bumblebee.
Mm-hmm.
It looks bad. Anyway, click back. And this is the Bumblebee Prime, and now I can't click back for some reason. They don't really show us much. They don't show us much at all. I mean, I guess... Because look, here's the thing with the Robosen Prime. Do you guys have it?
Nope.
I do.
I mean, it's really cool, right? But you can see where they had to cut corners because it transforms on its own. You know, with the servos and everything. Here, this won't have that, so that's kind of cool. It kind of takes those shackles off. I mean, it's interesting, but. Maybe they should have just done that with G1 Prime. But, I mean, the Bumblebee Prime is pretty cool. I mean, I think the Bumblebee Prime design is pretty nice. It's like a modern day. It is like what I wanted Bayverse to be all along. You know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think he looks nice. The mold in general.
Yeah.
The Bumblebee Prime, yeah.
Justin has the 2-foot tall one from 3-0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know where that's going in my house still.
Up your ass. Up Matt's ass.
Up Matt's ass.
Do you have the trailer, Rich?
No.
No. It has nowhere to go. Mine's still in the box in my office. I'm like, why did I buy this?
It's massive, isn't it? Isn't it like 30 inches long?
It's huge. And what really pisses me off is the ramp. You have to pull out yourself or add to it. It doesn't even store in it. I mean, I assume it could store in it, but like it doesn't. It's like you can pull it out yourself. It is an extra piece you put on it.
You know what I think? I was looking at this Bumblebee because I was trying to figure out what I think is particularly bad about the Robosen Bumblebee. It's that he doesn't look like G1 Bumblebee. Like, I mean, like from ankles upwards, it's G1 Bumblebee with like his head is wonky, but then it's like 2010 Volkswagen Beetle feet and not like 1984 Volkswagen Beetle feet, and that pisses me off.
Yeah. Why not go with G1 though? I mean, you obviously made the Optimus to be G1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why not match the aesthetic?
Especially when you don't have to make a transform.
Yep.
I don't know.
Probably didn't want to pay that license.
I think they were just look. What they're doing is they had an original auto-transforming robot frame, and they had a couple iterations of it, and then they got the license for Transformers, right? They've actually, I think, done a Constructicon. I think they've done a Hound, but they're just like in-house prototypes that haven't really been revealed. I've seen some videos here and there. But all they've been doing, all they did with this Prime was just put the parts on their frame.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's limited. And I think what they were doing here is just kind of, look, let's do Prime. Let us, like, really, I think this might be cool. You know, I think it actually might really work. Do I wish it transformed? Sure. But how could you get an auto-transforming? I mean, I guess we will at some point, but to be that perfect. But I'm assuming they're letting go of their old frame. They're letting go of the need for it to transform and saying, let's just show them what we can do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're still balanced. It's so complicated still to have this thing walking. I mean, that thing walks really stupid. You know that, Rich, right?
Oh yeah.
And he turns like he's doing the electric slide. Oh God! All right, MPM Bonecrusher Rumor. Ooh, it's a Bonecrusher Rumor.
Yeah.
A new rumor has come in today from TFW's JT Prime 17. Fuck Mac Baldwin. This time regarding the identity of the next MPM figure. It's apparently none other than Bonecrusher. Additionally, JT has provided some product info. Target exclusive. Beautiful. Music to my ears. No one cares. $165 fucking dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It'll be on clearance for $80 2 weeks after release, right? Is that how the MPMs go? Target.
I can't believe they're still. I mean, I guess Revenge of the Fallen is iconic. You know, I mean, it's iconic Bayverse. Maybe that is the pinnacle of Bayverse, Revenge of the Fallen. You know?
Well, he was in the first one.
I thought he was in Revenge of the Fallen.
He's the one that
first
busts through that bus. Rips through the
Okay,
bus.
so it's the first one. Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking skatey
But-
shoes. He has toes. Why does he need wheels on his feet?
Mm-hmm. He's absolutely going to be the most fun MPM to mess with all the sharp angles and all that stuff. It'll be fun.
Is that
Right?
just a drawing? That's a drawing.
Yeah.
It's just a drawing.
Mm-hmm. It's a rumor. We don't have any
It's
pictures.
just a rumor.
Stay tuned.
All right. And that's all we have for news. And it is 10:43 in the evening.
Yep. You know what?
I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Good night.
Good night. Thanks, Dust. Dust, thank you for the beats. We really appreciate it. We love you. I saw Dust at NJCC. I didn't see Justin because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Bobby wasn't there. I got to hang out briefly with Nick the Toy Guy. He's a really cool dude. I was very surprised. I thought he would be a lot more nerdy / socially awkward, and he actually was really fun to just chat with. And there were many cliff jumpers up for sale, the MMC ones. Helion. Yeah. But yeah, that was NGCC. But yeah, thanks, Dust. We love you. And I'm out, man.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Thanks for being on, Rich.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for having me on.
Pay your
Always
bills.
short notice. I'm not gonna get into it. Good night.
Pay your bills, Rich.